Hang on here. You guys are crooked. This is a spontaneous live stream. Spontaneous. So I've got to keep talking because while there's nobody here yet, because it's spontaneous and not planned, there will be in the future. So how are you guys doing? So this is basically a vlog, probably a quick video I wanted to do to show you my art studio that I was just working on. So I'm going to give a few moments. Hi y'all, it's Viv. I can't necessarily see the chat. Hang on, I hope I don't cut myself off here. Hold on here. Yeah, I can't see comments because I am using my cell phone, my new cell phone, which has a much better camera. But let me see if I can, let me tune on my computer. So what this is Saturday morning. Hey y'all, say hi in the chat. I'm gonna see if I can pull that up on my laptop. This is gonna be a studio tour. So for those of you in the future, you don't wanna wait, 5 more minutes for Viv to tell you what it is. So let me just tune in on my laptop and then I'll be able to see your comments. How are you? Let's see. Manage videos. I'm gonna get some feedback probably in a second. Hang on here. Okay, yes, I am live. Hold on. So I want to just be able to see your live chat. Okay, cool. Hey, say good morning. There's a couple of folks watching. Say hi in the chat because I can see it on my computer. So this is a studio tour. Hold on. Spontaneous. Let me know if you guys like, hold on. If you guys like this time of day. I feel like a lot of folks are busy on Saturday. Like, my mom always shopped on Saturday. She did all the groceries. She did all the, the stuff, the housework. And if I suddenly stop the live stream, it might be because somebody has come in. Okay, so again, this is going to be a live studio tour. Welcome. Say hi in the chat. Say hi in the chat. So this is Yoga Bliss Dance. My name is Viv, formerly Yogini Kala, and some of you know that I'm an artist. I left the teaching profession. I was a fine artist teaching studio art, and but most of you know my channel is for women. It's about spirituality, health, wellness, what else? Chakras, working with the energy body, healing, and especially for women who are living their best life, working on living their best life, despite anxiety and mild depression, I would say. Not serious depression, because I don't really talk about, like serious level depression, but folks who are dealing with anxiety, stress, and want to live their best life. So welcome. Thanks for the thumbs up. Those of you who are watching, give a thumbs up, and I'm going to go ahead and start. So, excuse me, guys. The minute I go live, my nose itches and I have to clear my throat. Like I was fine before, I was running up and down, getting everything ready. Let me see who said hi in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. The chat, if you're on your phone, you have to scroll down. I think you have to hit a button to see it. So yeah, let me know if you like this time for lives. Quite a lot of folks are going live on Sundays, and I like Sundays myself. Again, thanks for the thumbs up. But let me know like what your needs are, and if you liked the my latest video, which was over 100 prosperity affirmations that I really liked making for you and that I'm using myself. Really, really powerful affirmations. So I'm going to give you guys a studio tour. I'm participating in a, it's called Open Studio. And what that means is, I'm going to shift you guys around and then I'm going to take you on a tour. But an open studio, let me see if this light's better or a little bit worse, but my neighbors are watching. I have, well, we won't say anything about that. They're really sweet. They're a sweet family. And they are raising chickens. Now, any of you watching this in the replay or live, are you raising chickens? You know, that can bring some problems, but they're very nice people. So a studio tour is when an artist, like an open studio, you get to go and see their art in their studio space. Now, what that means for any of you who are aspiring artists or who who enjoy art, that just means, yeah, the artist has to clean everything up, because typically it's a working space, right? Your artist studio, it's just like if you sew, let me know if you sew or do any sort of craft, right? So your space is your workspace. So for an open studio, a big thing for the artist is just the cleaning process, the organizing process. And so I'm really happy that I did that. Okay, it was a lot of work, you guys, just, you know, cleaning it up from obviously art. There's paint all over, there's tubes of paint, there's brushes. So to get that all organized was a lot. So I'm going to take you on a tour around the studio. Now, it is in my basement, but it's above ground. But so it's a little bit darker. This space also used to belong to a teenage boy, and so he painted the walls. I don't even know what to call this color, you guys. It might look brighter than it is. It's almost, I have two lamps on, okay? So this blue, let me know if you'd ever paint your room this color, unless you were potentially a teenage boy. It's a deep, flat blue gray, but dark. It's like a dark blue gray, okay? Let me see if I'll try to show you from the corner so you can see how dark it is. Can you guys see that? Like, hold on. Oh, you can see you're getting a gleam. You can kind of see it. It looks brighter than it is, trust me. It's very gloomy, but my cloud paintings look really good on it. Okay, so yeah, let me take you for a tour. Hey y'all, if you're just joining, say hi in the chat. It's Viv from, let me know if you're a regular. I feel like my regulars may not be here because this is an unusual time. So, let me give you a big view. What I did first, I cleared so much stuff out. Like I said, I should have done it before and after. I added some plants just to give it some life. And we're just gonna, I'm just gonna give you an overview of the space. So it's set up so as folks come in, they can walk around, right? I'm just gonna show you the space, not the paintings yet. They can walk around and come around. And I'm keeping you guys mostly at eye level because I'm hoping that's what people will look at the paintings. All my paintings are acrylic paintings. For those of you who have done or studied art. And again, let me know in the chat where you're watching from and if you are a regular. So many of you know I mostly paint clouds. Something that you may not know, let's see how to put this. Stephanie Perry, who has a wonderful channel, specifically, her focus is specifically Black women who want to move abroad, take sabbatical, you know, and it's evolving. And so she had a video recently, and there was a wonderful woman who is teaching about art, because a lot of folks, we don't get a lot of education about art. Really, when I worked at the Museum of Modern Art, I worked with mostly inner city kids in the public schools, and I would go talk to them about art, bringing art examples that I knew would be like provocative, that would get them talking. And I was really good at that. And then we'd bring them to the museum, okay? So, and I wasn't just a tour guide, because some people are like, oh, you just did tours? It's like, no, I'm in the education department. All right, so let's see. So the first painting, so clouds, why clouds? I identify primarily as a Buddhist, and so what's interesting about painting clouds is they're never ever the same. I'm gonna maybe add an image as a cover for this video, but when you paint something like a cloud, it's always changing. So for an artist, that can really be challenging because you have to work very fast. fast. I'm actually going to take this off the wall because you can't see it. Can you see it well? It's like very subtle, like the different shades of blue. And so why clouds? It's the same way that when you think of a scientist, like we automatically know scientists have a focus, but we don't tend to think of artists as having a focus, okay? Hi, if you're just joining. But most serious artists do, meaning there's something that they're interested in that they paint and that they do over and over. Okay, let me know if you knew that, because most folks, if they're just like, oh, I'm gonna make money from art, they'll just be like almost like a journeyman. They'll paint anything you want. And that's fine. It's a different type of artist, just like the way Stephen King, right? Would you go to Stephen King and say, Stephen King, I want you to write poetry? You'd be like, why would you go to Stephen King for poetry, right? Or Maya Angelou, would you go to her for, oh gosh, I don't know. She writes more broadly, like something totally out of her realm, right? The writers have a theme. Actors often play a certain type of part. So a visual artist is the same way, guys. So yeah. So the clouds, like I said, they encapsulate Buddhist ideas, which is about like change, that everything changes, right? Constantly changing, always changing. Like I said, they're never the same. So I think for a lot of us, clouds are considered almost like banal, like, oh yeah, the clouds, we never look up. But I want to bring this to the environmental issues, us in the Northeast, Canada, and actually Californians with forest fires, right? Suddenly those skies are turning orange, right? I'm from New York City, as a lot of you know, orange skies, right? It looked like some movie, dystopian movie, end of the world movie, right? So clouds have a lot of significance without them, right? Our ecosystem, it's a sign of an ecosystem imbalance, a lot of what we're experiencing. So this one actually films really well. I like the blue in that one. It's more of a sketch, but the camera's blending it really nicely. And then we're just gonna go around and let me know if you have any questions. So yeah, this isn't a fancy art studio, you know, like when you think of like the gallery, it's more the working studio space. Like I said, it was my landlord's teenage boy, wanted it dark, cave-like, spackling, you know, what can you say? All right, here's some little ones. I really quite love this one, you guys. And I'm sorry, I wish it were even brighter, but there's no overhead light in here. And again, with the dark walls. And so here's another little one. These are quite tiny. One that's a little more delicate. So you can see there's a lot of variety. I'm gonna step back. Part of what really good art does is also helps you to see the world anew. So a lot of times, certain types of especially will help you see better, if that makes sense. I won't try to explain it now, but that's one of the things really good art does, in the same way that like a really good book helps you understand helps you understand life, right? So here's some small ones. I'm gonna take this off so you guys can see how this one's really, really small. Hold on here. The light. Sorry, yeah, my windows are low, so it's like they cut this way, you can kind of see. So like this is really tiny, and because it has a coating on it to protect it, it's hard to see. And also I like clouds as a meditation teacher for a variety of reasons. Let me know in the chat if you can see that connection between the painting and being a meditation teacher. And so these are two. And this, I was starting to shift into looking at blue jays. I was having some like shamanic experiences with the bird, the blue jay. So I started to abstract it and take the pattern of the feathers to represent the energy. Here's a little tiny one. You can see how small that is by my hand. Oops, now I made it crooked. Hang on. So again, I know most of you are going to watch on the replay. Most of my regulars are going to see this on the replay because this isn't my usual time. Now here, I just put up something that's more traditional that I just wanted to have, that I really loved. It's called Two Plums. I don't know if you can see it well. There's a reflection. Hold on. Yeah, there's a reflection on the glass. That yellow is just a reflection. Let me see. Yeah, so ignore that yellow. So yeah, it's called Two Plums. And it's charcoal, and it's pretty realistic looking. I don't know if the camera is capturing it. Here, let me hold it steady. This is like a silk fabric I was depicting, a bowl, pine cone, and then the sort of the shininess and richness of the plums, and then a really kind of bold cloud painting there. And so for the visitors, just briefly, I set up a chair if anybody older comes in and needs to sit down, just art stuff, at least just make it look, because folks actually like to see the art stuff as well, just all the paints and things like that, that I use. And yeah, and like I said, I added some plants. And then up at the front, I have a, here, I'm gonna close my computer, just have a desk that's like some stainless steel, which is amazing as an artist to have something that, like if I really wanted to clean it, I could scrape off the paint and everything. So guys, I'm gonna look at your comments, and it's like getting hot in here because it's really hot outside. Typically it's cool here, but I think I left the window open last night. So yeah. So hey, if you're just joining, that was my studio tour. Hi, beautiful love. Hi, Miss T. Yeah, so an open house, like an artist open house, feel free to go to them. You don't have to know a lot about art, or maybe you do know a lot about art and you want to see it. But when you see anything that says artist open studio, it means you can drop in, right? Of course, unless they say make an appointment. And I got lemon water for folks, and my a sheet about my background. I have some business cards, and I have a price list there for the work. And so the biggest one is like 16 by 20. Like this one is 16 by 20. And then some of the little ones that I think are so adorable. Here, let me see. How does that? It's hard to get the right light. Hold on. Because of the sheen, you can see that. So even, yeah, it's crazy. Oh, there we go. You kind of can, right? It's like a little slice of the sky. So yeah, those of you just joining, welcome. I was doing a studio tour because I'm having an open studio today. It's part of an art trail in my town where people literally can drive around, visit different artist studios, and I'm in the city. So it's it's not urban, but some of the studios are out in the country, which is nice, but I'm more convenient for folks to get to. So it's an all-day thing, and so I thought I would just share with you guys. So can you, because I usually talk about meditation and chakras, can you see how the clouds relate to that? Anybody in the chat before I share with you? How do you see that hold on, let me plug the cell phone back in. How do you see that painting clouds as a meditation teacher, that there is a connection? I want to know what you think. And like I said, this is what I used to do at the Museum of Modern Art. We taught by sparking discussion and, whoops, all right, hold on. I don't want to knock my plants over. Oh. Yeah, so what do you think? How do clouds, why does this subject matter kind of work for me as an artist and as a meditation teacher? Oh, that's wonderful. Beautiful Love says, I love art. Donna says, thanks for the tour. Yes, so you guys, you are regulars, the healing experience. Good morning. Let me know what connection you see between the clouds. I'm going to explain because I saw some folks just jumping in. So for me, they're very spiritual. They do connect to Buddhist ideas about impermanence, which is the idea that even as like say, you know, Donna, are you the same person you were 2 weeks ago? Donna, are you? It sounds weird, but that's one of the ideas, is impermanence, meaning really you're always changing. Your cells, you've heard that. I know you guys have heard, oh, it does show. Nope. Donna says nope. You guys, this is wonderful. I didn't know it would just pop right up. I didn't even do anything. Exactly. So when you hear some of these Buddhist ideas, it's like, what? That's not, you know, they're literally almost like physics, you guys. So if you love my channel, you know I'm interested in a lot of things. I don't know a lot about physics, but I know a lot of these Buddhist principles are like physics, because they, thousands of years ago, they're like, there's an impermanence, meaning your cells today, some of them, and they're still not the same. They still exist, but then new ones came. So you're not 100, you're not the same. So it's really kind of deep. So that's partly why clouds, because for me, the constant change, right? The impermanence of them, they're beautiful. I like, I find them very serene. But yeah, so I'll tell you the spiritual aspect for me, the connection, I guess, is continuing so many of these ideas, impermanence, the blue and white, very, very calming. To be outside to paint them. As a meditation teacher, of course, I always will tell you to connect to nature. We need more nature for our healing. There's a beautiful video on YouTube, you guys, called We Are Energy Beings. Have you guys seen it? A beautiful, beautiful sister. I can't remember her name now, and she's about my age. She might be older, I'm not sure. And she's got some beautiful jewelry on and just a really like super calm vibe, you know, and she's talking. There were energy beings. So, and like, I'm not trying to sell you guys my paintings, because mailing them, I don't even know, you know. Mailing is tricky and stuff. So it's not about you purchasing anything, though I probably will make some prints. I'm going to make some more prints. Be easier than the actual paintings and be a lower price point, actually. But blue and white are very calming, of course, right? Anything that evokes nature for us is going to be calming. All right? So I'm going to actually take you around again for a second, for those of you just joining. So yeah, so it's the calming effect of the colors for myself, but also for those who put them in their space, right? When you look at it, it really brings you back. In fact, I had a lady from, I want to say Saudi Arabia. She was here, she was visiting in America, but she was living in Saudi Arabia, and she really said she missed our area and she just missed the climate. And so she bought the clouds because she said it makes her kind of remember this type of climate, if that makes sense. Like, it was something about reminding her of this kind of climate. So yeah, some big old brushes. Well used. A lot of folks haven't seen like regular like artist paint brushes this big. I have had this since graduate school, you guys. This brush was probably like $60 or something, and God knows how much it would be now if I wanted to get it. But that's like an artist brush. Hold on, that's gonna, versus of course you've all seen the smaller ones, but yeah, this big one I've had since grad school. So yeah, that's how it's spiritual for me. The impermanence, having to really focus, like when I'm painting, it's like I'm meditating, if that makes sense, because as I said, because the clouds are shifting so fast, I have to be really, really focused. So what do you do that you find meditative? Do you crochet? Do you sing? I'd love to know in the chat, like what hobby do you have that helps you feel grounded? Beautiful Love says, yes, I can relate. So, you know, I should have looked up, tell me more to which part I was saying. So, yeah, spiritual healing, emotional healing for me. Yeah. So blue and white, like I said, not this heavy blue. It's like, ooh, it's like I said, it's almost a black. It's just because the light's hitting it that it looks brighter, but it's a dark, 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 deep blue that I inherited from a teenage boy. I understand that because when I was younger, I did live in a black room. I painted, did I paint the room black or was the room painted? It was all black, people. It was completely black, and it was a tiny room. So it was like living in some sort of, I don't know, like a box. It was very strange. I didn't live in there for long, let's say. But anyway, so, and then it being a basement room, it has, like, I'm trying to hide some stuff. I don't know if you can see up there. That was like for a wood stove. There was a wood stove here because folks used to actually live down here before the boy. And so I'm trying to cover the pipe of a wood stove with this art for the spirit. Art for the spirit. But it's, I just happen to have that round shape and I'm like, let me use it. So any questions, and share with me, what do you do that helps you, that's meditative? So for me, the art, especially being outside, can be like that. When I paint, oh, beautiful love, you never said you paint. Oh, yeah, I can see right here. You never said that you paint. What do you paint? What do you paint? Do you paint people? Do you paint family? What are your hobbies, you guys? Yes, painting is, so don't even worry necessarily, not even necessarily, don't think about talent or not talent or anything. And I know some of you are like, oh yeah, well, anything is art now. We won't get into that. Because yeah, dancing does it for me. Oh, wonderful, Donna. Yeah, actually it's easier, Donna, I'm gonna look down, I'm gonna read it on the computer. Does it for me. I just realized that I dance before or during everything, and it helps me transmute energy when I deal with harder feelings. Donna, that's beautiful. I'm finding that too. There's a book about trauma. I've mentioned it before. For those of you, this is great. You know, it's not just about me. I want to share and vlog, but I love the interaction. There's, I think it's by a guy, last name Levine. Really, really famous book, and it's something the tiger, I think. But yeah, trauma, like just shaking. They talk about how animals, naturally, like if you ever watch one of those National Geographic, don't get me started, cheetah is one of my power animals. And after, like, the cheetah chases like the wildebeest or whatever, or the ones with the really great horns, and then the ones that survive, you know, I mean, they don't usually show us that. They seem to kind of calm down right away. But animals have ways that they just bring themselves back down. Supposedly one of the ways for some animals is to kind of shake, or they may just look like they're quivering, but then it's like they let the stress go. So I really can relate to that, Donna, like the idea of dancing it out. Absolutely. Many, many cultures, right, when there's a celebration, hello, the whole community is just dancing, right? There might be a set pattern to the dance because of a particular meaning. So yeah, dance can be very, very meditative, very healing, very healing. So I think also, like I said, it's being outside, because sometimes people ask me, they're like, oh, and then I probably should go to like that. People will ask me, well, do you paint from photos? Yeah, the shaking, like just really just do it. Just shake, you know, shake it out. And you feel better because what we're always trying to do is trauma and pain locks in like this, like it just locks into our body. As a massage therapist, I've seen that. A dear friend was just telling me the first time she got a serious massage, you guys, she burst into tears. Not at all uncommon, okay? Proving my point that for many, many of us, especially women, but men too, actually really lock in, because men, of course, the muscles tend to be a little tighter. They're bigger. Don't get me started on a whole other conversation. All right, male muscles, bigger, stronger, typically harder. So in both men and women, you know, all people lock trauma into their muscles. I'm just saying that with men, it is a little bit harder to work it out as a massage therapist. That's what I was really thinking. But yeah, the shaking can be really good. Just shake it out. But people ask me about the painting, do you paint from photographs? Now, I don't paint from photographs. I don't paint the clouds from photographs, because obviously painting them from photographs would be a very different experience, right? I wouldn't get to be outside. I wouldn't get to be breathing that fresh air. I wouldn't get to be hearing the birds. So no, and I find no matter how good the camera, I mean, I probably need to get a super long ass lens camera, fancy camera. It doesn't see what the eye sees. I'd have to get a really, really specialized, like a really good camera. And I'd rather just be outside and use human vision and capture it, you know. Yeah, Tanji, thank you so much. Yeah, I have 2 prints in my shop, but what I need to do, and this is something every artist does, you have to document it. So if somebody comes in and buys the painting and I didn't photograph the painting, it's like, oh, that can happen, you guys. So, so any work that you do, any creative work, if you do intend to sell it in the future, photograph it. Have a record of it. So that is something you know, I don't know because they are clouds. So I literally can't recognize them and remember their name if I've named them. But I don't know that I've documented every single one. I think I have. I think I haven't done some of the small ones, but I am going to make prints that I will have for sale in my Etsy shop. And I already have one set of 3, a triptych. That's 3 separate pictures. So it fills the wall nicely. I have that one set in my Etsy shop already. So I photographed these and then I made them into a digital file. And you literally can go to like Staples. Now, of course, if you want something high quality that's going to last well, it depends where you print it. But I will have more of these in my Etsy shop. So yeah, I think I'm going to close here. Make sure everything is good for the open house. And thank you guys so much. If you have any questions, I'm going to check before I go. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, beautiful love. She says, I love your paintings. Allison says, happy Saturday. Yes, I see a comment here about watercolors. Let me see. I just brought some watercolor color pencils. See, that's weird. I'm bringing it up, and Donna, who is absolutely a regular. Any advice? Because I have no idea what to do with them. Okay, I know. In my head, I'm like, I should start a separate art channel, but I don't want to do that because then it'll make more work for me. Beautiful love. Don't say goodbye yet, beautiful love, but you too have a wonderful day. I know you may have to go be with the family. Let's see. You have no idea what to do with them. I do want to tap more into my creativity. Absolutely, Donna. So they're watercolor color pencils. Okay, so watercolor color pencils, Goddess. I'm just going to get a soft brush to show you. So yeah, you want to get, if you have a brush, it's actually a really nice brush, you guys. Hold on. Don't laugh because they're beat up. Any real artist, their brushes, like that's how when I see YouTube videos, if all the brushes are new, I know they're like lying, or they're like, or they really just got new ones just for the video. So Donna, what you can do with watercolor color pencils, you draw with them first, but then what you can do, and I actually have some. This is so weird. She's making me want to do like a demo now. So like this really soft brush, it's actually for acrylics, but it's soft enough. Like you can just see, it's just, I don't know if the camera can capture it. It's got a slight tint of blue, obviously, right? Why? Blue, because that's what I'm using a lot. So get a soft brush and a little water container. This is actually really good. This is more of a watercolor brush, actually. Of course, there's no label on it anymore because I've had it for so long. But yeah, and just go over the pencil and it'll become like paint. So watercolor, so Donna, do you get what I'm saying? You can draw with the pencils, but what you should just do is experiment. Get some, you want a little bit thicker paper because if you're gonna wet it, the paper's gonna buckle. So ideally you should get some watercolor paper. It'll actually say watercolor paper. And you draw a little, but what I'd love you to do is just scribble and then wet it. And then you'll see the lines will kind of blend. So it's actually really nice. So I would just experiment first, play around with it. That's what artists do. We don't think of starting like, oh, I'm gonna draw an apple. I mean, you could, but what you should do first is just play with it, see what kind of marks you can make, and then go over it with a brush and see how it kind of smears so you start practicing and having fun with it. Yeah, I actually really love this brush. It's almost like a makeup brush. You can see it's pretty soft. So yeah, I'm happy for you. And just, you know, depict anything you want. It could be from inside your mind, it could be in your imagination, or looking out at the world, depending why you're doing it. Donna, so I hope that was helpful. She says, yes, I appreciate this so much. I did buy watercolor paper. Good. Yeah, you got the right paper. Because like I said, if you got, who else has bought, now colored pencils, Tanji, beautiful love. Okay, colored pencils is different. I'm starting an art channel here, people. Colored pencils, Miss T, do not, if you wet them, they don't do anything. Okay, did you mean, oh, and you're gonna do some art? Absolutely, I think I should do some art today while I'm in here. Because with an open studio, sometimes people come in and then you have gaps, and you know, you may have half hour where there's nobody, and so it's nice to have something that I can do. Colored pencils, let me see if I have one handy because I put everything away. A colored pencil, if you wet it, I think this is a watercolor pencil that I have. It's like a purple. Colored pencils are different than watercolor pencils. Watercolor pencils, you can add water on top of the drawing and it'll blend. Colored pencils won't do that. You put the mark down and the mark is there. So it's funny, I haven't really talked about art in a while, you guys. This is like giving me flashbacks. Do you like my new glasses? Can you see them? It's like, it's purple, but it has this blue. There's a blue thing going on too. And they're really big because I'm like, oh, I think folks are wearing big glasses. But what I like about it is my last pair of glasses like literally left a mark here because it didn't fit right over the bridge of my nose. And this fits much better. Like this just fits much better. So hopefully I won't have any scarring from my glasses and the previous will heal. Yeah, beautiful love. Do some art today, and I'm gonna go. I just wanted to do a quick tour. I'm gonna leave this up and yeah, share what you do creatively to relax, to unwind, and yeah, and thanks for watching my relatively quick studio tour, and have a beautiful day. It's beautiful here where I am, a little warm. Yes. Peace to you too, Donna. I love that. I don't know. I can never get my emojis so fast. I don't know. In the comments, I'll see these beautiful emojis. I'm like, how do they have these handy so quickly? You know, I got to get a system together for that, Donna. So it was great to see you guys. I'm actually think that I've got some more to do with this project. I just got some great ideas from going live with you guys. Yes, have fun and have a wonderful day to you too. I will see you guys. I'm not sure if I'm doing a live tomorrow. Those of you who are still here, please, please, please give a thumbs up and a comment to the affirmations video. That took me hours to get them written, edit them, voice them, right? Record them, upload them, join the pieces, because you don't record like over 100 audio all in once. So they're in pieces and I have to edit them. Then I added music. So please check that out. Please give it a comment, a like, a thumbs up. Yeah, it took me probably about 4 hours, not counting trying to upload it. Because that was tricky. I don't know what was going on with the internet that day, the interwebs. There was like cobwebs in the interwebs. So love you guys. Listen to that. Affirmations, the money affirmations, 21 days minimum. Try to listen daily. Have it in the background. You don't have to be actively listening to it. Okay? Just to increase all of our abundance. Love you guys. And all right, I'm going to cut this off, but I've never done this before on the phone. So we'll see.